Good
Morning,
morning.
sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Ananya. Sit down, please. So, Ananya, I find your DAF is very, very impressive. You're from IIT Kanpur and you studied in Sanskriti school.
Yes, sir.
And then I like your hobbies also swimming, water polo, chess, quiz. India does on and off, not too bad in swimming and in chess also. Why it has not picked up in water polo?
So, ma'am, water polo is something that it's very tough to pick up. So even though I live very close to Talkatora and so many major sporting facilities, it was very hard to pick up water polo because so it needs a lot of people who know swimming around you, and it needs the equipment. You need to have goals, uh, balls, so all the lanes to set up, and the pool needs to be free at the moment. So you cannot have anybody else swimming in that area. So that is why it's very difficult. So even the number of pools are not that many, and then you need a lot of people and equipment to actually be able to play water polo.
Okay. You studied in Kanpur, IIT Kanpur.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, IIT Kanpur was once a hub of textiles. You should be aware, 5 years you must have spent in IITK.
Kanpur being a hub of textiles.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware that it's a hub of leather industry and also.
No, it was a hub of textiles and it degenerated, and now the government is trying to revive the economy and the textile industry in a different way. Are you aware what measures have been taken in the recent times?
Yes, ma'am. Recently in the budget, there was a push towards textile as well, as the fiber to the 6F also approach. Yes, 5F. Yes, farm to factory to. I can't recall all of them, but in the end, it was passion, I believe. And apart from that, there's a national textile mission, and Mitra mills also. Mitra, Mega Mitra. So not, yeah.
Okay, they have changed the profile of earlier it used to be cloth, now they are into garments. Okay, and they are building up a textile park, doesn't matter. Since you are from MP, why is there so much of out migration from MP to Maharashtra and Gujarat?
I'm not actually from MP. My father was recently posted there.
Okay, right.
So,
So I'll skip that. You belong to Delhi.
yes, I've lived in Delhi only.
Okay. How is growth in India consumption led or investment led?
Ma'am, I believe both definitely play a role in that. The government has definitely tried a lot to push on the capex end, and the consumption has not yet picked up to that extent. That is why recently the government also cut taxes in a bit to increase consumption in the economy and maybe make the producers produce more and eventually lead to growth in the GDP and in the economy overall.
So that was consumption led. In investment led, what measures has the government taken?
The government has been trying to promote private capex a lot, but so I believe the suppliers have not yet anticipated a increase in consumption. So even they're not willing to produce much. As much.
Do you think we'll be able to sustain the goal of 7% plus in GDP, keeping in view the global slowdown and the geopolitical tensions which are going on?
It's a tough task, but I think it's definitely possible because I believe that domestic consumption is still picking up. I think discretionary income is improving among Indians, and people are willing to spend more. And if income levels and jobs keep on going up, and we're able to drive the economy in the consumption-led manner, then I believe we can sustain that 7%.
I think the number of bilaterals we are having, the agreements will also work towards it.
Yeah, that is definitely a contributing factor.
Okay. Explain, okay, how is India balancing development with climate commitments? Now I come to your earth sciences.
So climate commitments is definitely an area which the government is focusing a lot on. So there's been a lot of increase in renewable energy capacity across India. I believe it's gone from 70 gigawatt to over 250, 254 almost now. And that is more than 50% of India's total energy capacity. And so that push is definitely there. But at the moment, there's still some issues in storage and grid transmission. The leakage is there. So the government is definitely trying to push that. And looking at coal and non-renewable energy, So there's a lot of sunk costs on the behalf of the government. The government has spent a lot of money on coal, so they can't easily transition away from it either. So there's still increasing coal capacity, but at the same time, they're making sure that renewable energy is also taken care of. And in the future, even now, so there's additional focus on nuclear, apart from the several schemes on solar energy that have already come out. Like,
Okay. Why RBI regulates NFBC differently from banks?
Ma'am, it's a very important aspect of the economy as well, because so they take care of the sections of consumers that are often ignored, or often not ignored, but left out by banks. And so it increases financial inclusion. But at the same time, so their sources of lending, like credit, are very different. They're not able to access the repo rate facilities from RBI. So their costs of credit are much higher. And so they often take riskier approaches to lending out to consumers. And so it is slightly more a riskier business for them. So the RBI has to be careful that, at least for larger NBFCs that have a lot of consumers and a lot of depositors, that there is more regulation. So there are different tiers of NBFCs, and a bit depending on the business that they have.
Thank you.
But do you feel that the regulations are not different for the smaller NBFCs and the bigger NBFCs?
Yes, sir, they are different, sir. So dependent.
They are already they are different actually. They treat differently actually. Basically, the RBI concentrates on the deposit accepting companies actually. Now, NBFCs, where do they maintain their accounts?
So, so where do NBFCs maintain their account? So as far as I'm aware, sir, they're not able to access the payment and settlement systems, and so they can't ask for credit from RBI. So
Means they don't maintain any account with the Reserve Bank of India.
yes, sir. So that would be my guess, sir. So
Okay, guess is correct. They are not maintaining because RBI is not allowing them to maintain the account with the Reserve Bank of India for any purposes and all that. So where they are maintaining?
so I'm not sure of that, sir, but maybe, sir, major banks, sir. Yes, sir.
Banks, na? They have to maintain with the banks only. Non-banking financial, you said, na? Under which act we are monitoring that part?
So I believe it's the Companies Act 2013. I think so. It's NBFCs.
No, that is registration part. Registration will be done under the Companies Act and all that. Otherwise, the RBI Act is there actually. RBI Act is there. All right. What are the salient features of our budget actually? Can you tell? Some of the salient features.
So the budget, sir, so it takes into account, sir, different, sir, all the revenue receipts and, sir, the capital receipts along with the expenditures that there are. And
that is a normal part. Yes, every budget that will be having like that, revenue receipts and expenditure and all that. What are the salient features?
so by salient features, as in, sir, so
Where they intend to invest or?
Yes, sir, they have, sir, different allocations to different sectors of the economy.
Any allocation to the manufacturing sector?
So in particular, sir, I'm not sure if there.
Or infrastructure?
Yes, a capex, there is a certain allocation. That's I believe it was around 12 lakh crore this time. And so there are different allocations made to different sectors. Not so broadly as manufacturing, maybe not so, but there are different schemes that are put out for different kinds of industries, and so promotion of different institutes, and so skilling schemes. And so this time it laid out 3 kartavyas. That was a unique kind of way that it approached it. So,
But anyway, 4 or 5 actually, that could have been that capital expenditure, that one part is there. Then national waterways, that also they have planned certain portion they have kept for that. So likewise, and then manufacturing, that semiconductor mission that they have set up. So some certain salient features should be there. Then what is the gross fiscal deficit of in this budget?
So it's 4.4%. So I think the fiscal deficit, and it's expected to go 4.3% next year. Yes, sir.
4.3% of the basic money. So do you know what is payment settlement system?
So, so I'm not aware of the details, but as far as I can understand, so it covers, so the like if you, so the CCIL, so there's the clearing agency. So if you purchase something, then sir, it doesn't happen directly. It happens through the intermediary.
Anyway, what is a normal payment settlement?
Yes, sir. So for
Suppose there are two banks, they want to settle among themselves. Who will settle actually? And how they will settle?
regulators usually settle it, sir.
How they will,
So like sir, so I purchase something from, so I purchase an equity. Then sir, it is the depository, so and NSDL, or so they have it, and then they keep it, and then
suppose there is a simple transaction. This bank A wants to transfer some money to bank B. How they will transfer?
so it goes through intermediaries, not directly, sir. It goes through a certain, so I can't recall the name of the intermediary right now, sir, but it goes to them first.
Where do the banks maintain their accounts? Who is banker to the banks?
So RBI. So
Their accounts will be there with the RBI only actually. Because the two banks independently, they can't settle because the accounts will not, this bank will not be maintaining account there, that will not be maintaining here. That doesn't have any meaning at all. They have an account with the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank will debit or credit, and accordingly the settlement will take place. Now the question is that why the payment and settlement system is required?
So, so maybe sir, they have the agreements prior. So and there's a certain fear that
No. In general, you talk about you take it at a not only from the RBI point of view. In general, you see why there is a payment settlement system is required in the economy.
so maybe sir, to reduce counterparty risk. So you think that, so if there's a trusted intermediary,
No.
that
See, this is to run the business. Na? See, if I purchase something from you, I have to make some payment to you.
yes, sir.
Earlier, it used to be the barter system. Then it was a cash system. So some payment system is required because the economy can run. Because if I have the confidence that I will receive the payment, then I will be doing more business. Isn't it? For the economy, it's very important. For individual also, it is very important. How it is important to the individual?
So, so for to have trust in the economy.
You just,
Yes, sir.
trust is one part, but the other thing is that in case if somebody wants to sell something to somebody else, he wants money, na? You must be purchasing tea or somewhere else wherever you are going. Immediately you are transferring the money through UPI or something. He is happy. Because he knows that he has received the money, then there is no problem in transferring the objects. Now, how it plays a very important role in the economy in case of the digital payments system.
So the fact. So can you please repeat the question? So
The digital payment system is there. How it helps the economy?
So
See, normal payment settlement system also helps the economy because the check system was there, the clearings used to be taken place. That was also helping the economy. There was nothing wrong actually. But one system was that, and the other system is that you are able to transfer the funds immediately, either through NEFT or RTGS or UPI. So what is the advantage to the economy?
sir, it's a much more faster and more transparent mode of transport. So you can track the payments, and you can make sure.
Track is one part actually. Track is just to say that. Otherwise, for the economy, means the money transfer is very fast. Means I am transferring it to you. You may purchase another thing from him. Then he may purchase from another one. It means the velocity of the money that increases fast.
Yes, and even distance is not an issue because you can do it online.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is RTGS?
So RTGS is real time gross settlement system.
What do you mean by real time?
So often there's a lag of like 30 minutes or something after you transact in different modes. RTGS is instant, and so I can't remember if there was a specified minimum limit to it. But sir,
It is 2 lakh rupees.
yes, sir, and then
And they try to remember that actually.
there's no maximum limit, but you can instantly transact above certain limits, as you said, 2 lakh crores, 2 lakhs, 2 lakh rupees. You can transact above that instantly.
For NEFT, is there any limit?
Sir, so NEFT.
NEFT.
Sir, at the moment I can't recall, but sir, I remember for some there was an upper limit of 2 lakh. And so I believe that was IMPS. So IMPS.
IMPS may be there, but NEFT it is not there actually. NEFT means it should be in rupees, it should not be in paisa. You should not try to transfer 25 paisa and all that should not be the case. So any difference between NEFT RTGS?
So I think that in NEFT there was a half an hour gap between transactions. After doing the transactions, maybe so there's a lag after which it is settled, and RTGS is instant in that regard.
Any major difference can you tell between these two?
Sir, apart from that, so I can't recall.
So that is transaction wise, RTGS. One-to-one transaction. RBI will debit this account and credit that account. This is one transaction. In NEFT, there are so many people who are transferring the money from one party to the another party. And many number of banks, they will be involved in that. Whereas in RTGS, only 2 banks will be involved. The third is the settlement agency. That is the RBI. That is why there is the batches. It is done. All right.
Ananya, you were working somewhere last year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was the job profile and what are the challenges faced by you
So challenges faced by me personally, or sir in that?
personally?
Sir, so definitely, sir, there's a transition when you go from college life to working. So that was a bit of a so even from moving from Kanpur to Bombay. So it is a bigger city, and so the work was quite different as well, sir. And so the corporate setting in itself is a bit. It takes time to get used to. So I was only there. I had a short stint there, so I didn't spend that much time there. But so it was definitely a very valuable experience. So a great peer group was there, and it was quite so challenging problems that we had to solve. Yes.
Okay. You have completed a program in machine learning. Yeah. Can we differentiate between artificial intelligence and machine learning?
So artificial intelligence is a much more broader theme, sir, where if you make a machine be capable of doing things that humans should be able to do. So if you make a machine be capable of solving problems that require human intelligence, while machine learning is something, sir, where you instead of explicitly coding out how they're supposed to solve those problems, machine learning involves using data sets. And if after using those data sets, the machines are able to identify patterns, and so input output basically they can predict.
Okay. How AI can be used to prevent cyber frauds, financial frauds especially?
Sir, so through AI, sir, there are different algorithms, and so K means clustering such an algorithm where so it forms clusters of different. So it's an unsupervised algorithm which allows you to spot if there are certain errant values that are very out of. So they're values that are anomalies basically, and they're not forming not part of any of the clusters, and they're so values are either too big or so that they don't make sense. So that is how using that algorithm you can find if there's something wrong with that.
You used to play chess.
Yes, sir.
How chess help you to develop your personality?
So chess definitely involves a lot of patience. So because you have to sit on the board for about 3-4 hours at one stretch, and then you have to wait for the opponent to make their moves at least 15-20 minutes quite often. And so apart from that, it definitely improves their analytical skills. You keep planning, strategizing, so that elements are also there. So
Okay, Ananya, you're a very bright kid and you know A lot. What's your date of birth? Not with-
1st of April 2003.
2003.
3.
The date is 1st of April, huh?
That's very.
I don't know what adjective to use, but yeah. It must be a bit of a joke on those days.
Yeah, it's been a running joke for many
Yeah.
years.
I hope you make it and you will be celebrating their annual day with your birthday over there. You are a bright candidate. Everything is fine with you. There are just few points I'd like. When is your interview?
6th of March.
There's still some time to go. See, there are 2-3 things. One is that you really stretch your answer. What happens is there are 2 or 3 people in the board and there's so many candidates. If you stretch your answer, they lose interest. Okay. So you must be very focused in your answer. You give a full answer, but it's an academic kind of a thing, as if you're writing. Be very clear and focused while answering, right?
Okay.
That is one point. Short answers, focused answers. Then I think it's a time you need to understand the budget. Because you should be and you might be questioned, so you can't take a chance. Budget is related to your subject economics. Budget is related to the banking sector. So you have to understand. You also have to understand the government policy of banking right to the grassroots level. Policy by RBI with right now de-dollarization and other things, and also with India's Viksit Bharat goal, why, how to curb inflation, how to, what should be the repo rates and things like that. As also, and with dollar, depreciation of the rupee and other things, and the budget. All these things are interlinked, right?
Yes.
Also, you have to understand as a candidate basic concepts of banking. What happens when you apply for a loan? How much cash is allowed to be withdrawn? What is under income tax? When does a bank has to say? What are the, Jan Dhan accounts and things like that? So I would suggest you be updated on that. And also as he spoke about IT measures for banks to prevent frauds and other things, and how the Indian banking sector is looking ahead.
Yes.
What is he aspiring? What is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? What is what? All that, huh? E-rupee, digital currency and things like that. But be focused in your answer, to the point, and brush up on these matters, right?
Yes.
Anybody else?
I also agree with Madam actually, because you try to answer every question actually, whether you know too much or not actually. And in that course of action, you try to, you generally stretch that part. So if you are focused, then it will be very good actually. Rather, I will say that you need to increase your knowledge base. Knowledge base थोड़ा बढ़ाओ, क्योंकि ये जो payment settlement system है, because the RBI is also putting a lot of force on this, and the government is also putting a lot of force on this. Then there are challenges of this you have to find out what are the challenges. अभी हम कुछ नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, अभी जस्ट बता रहे हैं, अभी इतना ही पूछा था मैंने, ज़्यादा नहीं था. Otherwise, this is digital payments वगैरह और payment settlement system, because without payment settlement system, nothing can move. बिजनेसमैन को पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, वो काम नहीं करेगा, प्रोडक्ट नहीं देगा, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, छोटे से छोटा हो, बड़े से बड़ा. जितना फास्टर होगा, उतनी वेलोसिटी ऑफ मनी विल बी फास्टर एंड इकोनॉमी विल रन लाइक दैट.
यस सर.
ठीक है ना. तो वो एक चीज़ है. तो थोड़ा ग्रास्प ज़्यादा करो, नॉलेज को, बेस को बढ़ाओ.
Yes, I think practical knowledge sir थोड़ा सा.
Just one suggestion before I hand over to him. You take a couple of plain sheets, write down just points on it, expected question points, and speak it so that when you speak, you are not thinking and going off track. You write down the points and practice the questions. The questions will be in this form or that form, but more or less from those points. So it'll be easier for you to answer and more focused.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Your confidence level is quite good, and work on the suggestions given by ma'am and sir. Okay. All the best.
Thank you, sir.